special guest, Julius Malema, the CIC of the Economic Freedom Fighters.
Bah.
My brother, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for having us. I'm fine.
Wonderful. You've rested? CIC of the Economic Freedom Fighters.
Bah.
My brother, welcome. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for having us. I'm fine.
Wonderful. You've rested?
Yeah, no, we rested. I just realized now when you were playing that song that we are officially open.
Well, officially open.
Yeah, because someone tried to play it during the holidays at home.
And then you switch it
off. You can't do that. Because it puts us into
a mode, into a
political
mode.
Yeah, so I want to be relaxed. I had a nice one.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, it's good that we're talking straight after your NPA. There was a lot of hype towards the NPA, and I wanted us to just look at a little bit of your political report. I want to start there. You lamented that there was no engagement on the theory. You spent an hour on Marxism and Leninism and so on. And a lot of people are thinking, is this going above their heads and so on, or is it now a political school? And what was that all about? Why did you feel the need to do that, right? Yeah, he's 11 years old. Assumption is all the members are clear that this is a Marxist organization, etc. Did you feel, right, that maybe they haven't grasped that adequately, number one? Mm-hmm. Number two, in your political report, you say something like, there are some pseudo-Marxists who, who are actually petty bourgeois who don't do this. Were you referring there to people inside the EFF, or was it just a general statement that refers to others who are pretenders to the left, in a sense?
Well, I think correctly captured, you're saying it's a political report. So therefore it has to deal with politics and its founding manifesto and its founding principles. The EFF are based on Marxism, Leninism, and Fanon. And you ought to use those ideologies to remind members of who they are, what they've joined. And it's something that you do it consistently. You don't just do it once and say, no, it's 11 years, they know.
Yeah.
Because if not revisited, a political consciousness leaves you. And when it leaves you, it doesn't say goodbye. So from time to time, we ought to inculcate the culture of politics. We ought to teach them about Lenin. We ought to teach them about Fanon. Lenin, particularly on organization and what kind of a revolutionary organization you want to form. And then Fanon, more emphasis on race and the post-colonial regimes that have taken place in Africa and continued business as usual, pretending to be revolutionaries, black consciousness and Pan-Africanism. So it's very important that they appreciate that, because you'll have a member of the EFF saying, we don't want these Zimbabweans.
Yeah.
Yet he belongs to a party that subscribes to Fanon, and Fanon that emphasizes on the black unity, African unity, that we are all subjects of colonialism. Then you have to go and deal with Marx, especially on the theory of dialectics, because that's where you teach people that change and conflict, they will not always be producing a negative thing. Change and conflict can actually produce something revolutionary.
Can move you forward.
So it is the contradictions that are actually going to produce that which is required by the revolution. So the three laws of dialectics are very important, because they equally equip even ordinary members on problem solving. Once you are well equipped with such, you don't struggle to deal with any other dynamic of life that comes your way. So, and I think I've got an appreciation that the members of the EFF understood the message very well, because if you listen to them and you follow them up in their commissions, they were all moving in that direction.
That's what I wanted to ask them. Yes. Did you find that they applied those principles in generating an outcome for the NPA?
Absolutely. They were using those principles, so they knew that we cannot...
Even at the lowest level, or lowest rank.
We are favored by, history, because we are joined in the main relatively by young people who have the most basic skills of reading and writing. They may not be that grounded on those theoretical questions,
yes,
but they have an idea of what is the leadership talking about. And then we go, and after they've spoken, we'll then polish everything else. At least they are telling you what they want.
Yeah.
You polish it and put it in a manner that will be acceptable. So the quality of the EFF leaders is too much. You can't match it with anyone. You've got people who are hungry to learn. You've got people who are hungry to work. You've got people who are ready to defend their organization wherever it is attacked, politically, ideologically, or otherwise. They are consistently ready. I mean, there was a point where I was tempted to issue an order that they must leave Twitter, because it looked like they didn't go on holidays. The way they were attacking left, right, and center on Twitter, defending their own organization, I was like, can't they go and rest a bit, because we still have more fights, more battles to
in
fight.
Your assessment of the 11 years, is there somewhere, when you look behind now, you do an assessment, right, where the EFF lost its way in as far as ideological grounding is concerned, in terms of either positions that you took, the conduct of your members, or certain members who, maybe, fell off the bandwagon? I mean, I'm not even talking about the ones now. We're going to talk about those later, like the Andile Mtikamas who left somewhere in the middle to say, no, these people are not Marxists, and so on. There seems to be a contestation about whether the EFF has kept to that ideological framework over the 11 years. Anything you can reflect there where there's been that kind of misstep?
Well, the EFF, it can be criticized on anything, but no one has ever even attempted to suggest that we have moved away from the founding manifesto of the EFF, that we have done things that are not left, that are not Marxist, and that they cannot associate with. If they left the EFF because it's not a Marxist enough, it's not Lenin enough, it's not left enough, where are they now? Where they are now, is there anything left that looks left? So it was just political maneuvering, fundraising reasons of why you want to leave. But no policy document of the EFF suggested that we move to a particular direction and abandon our principles. Let's take a principle on borderless Africa. There is this imaginary sponsored attack on the EFF that, we will not vote for them because of they want the borders to be opened and all of that. It can't change. If we are ahead of society, sorry, it's not our problem. Because the borders are not there, and the borders are naturally going to just fade away, and we're going to live together as we're living together now. Ordinary people are already living together now